I expected this game to not work very well after seeing the reviews popping up on my Facebook page and the rage on the Steam forums. I was thinking, what have I done, breaking my no pre-orders rule? I needn't have worried. I found the game ran just fine for me. There were a couple of issues, like the game did crash on me after I tried to launch back in with max settings applied. If you're watching my release day live stream, you'd have seen this. Don't worry, there's more Arkham Knight live streaming coming. I had 2 controller malfunctions, and the Batmobile power sliding causes frame rate drops. Actually, it being there sometimes causes frame rate issues. But it was perfectly playable, aside from that one crash. It was quite stable. I never used the Batmobile unless I absolutely have to, so the frame rate stayed at a rock steady 30 frames per second. The game is locked at 30 frames per second, which annoyed me at first, but honestly, in game I found this wasn't an issue, even if the benchmark said I could hit 60 plus. Controls wise, the game is solid. I have no issues with those, apart from with the Batmobile. I use a 360 controller on this game, and the controls are nice and responsive, and I started to have a bit of fun with them. Getting around with the grappling hook and gliding from building to building becomes quite fun once you figure out how to do it, and link them all together nicely. The only thing is, with the Batmobile, I'm used to using left trigger to brake, and in this game they use the X button, so it got a bit confusing at times. The controls are certainly very fluid, at least for on-foot and combat controls. The Batmobile, as I said, I found a bit wonky, but I'm sure over time I'll get used to it. Overall, I'm liking the Batmobile in this game, and its battle mode should be fun to mess about with once I've got the hang of controlling it. But what I'd really like to see, or like to have seen, is the tumbler from the Christopher Nolan films. Graphically, this game isn't a disappointment. It's a shame that the graphical settings only go as high as normal for the textures, and there's no ultra or even high setting. But even then, with all of Nvidia's GameWorks settings turned on, it looks good. There's room for improvement though. For one, the option to remove the grainy filter would have been welcome, and so would have improving the details and textures on the NPCs. Even then, to me, the city and everything else in the game looks beautiful, even though I'm only running 1080p. And I'm not getting horrible frame rate drops. So far, I've found nothing wrong with the gameplay. I was getting more drawn into it the more I played it, probably thanks to the smooth controls. I like how the game gives the player lots of different ways to take down groups of thugs. You can go in stealthily if you want, or you can wreck them completely if you want. The upgrade options you get for the Batmobile, the suit, and combat options, and other things in the game are something that I like to see. I haven't gone in depth with this yet, so can't really say too much more on that. So far, Arkham Knight is a fun experience with very few issues for me. Hopefully Rocksteady will fix the issues that other PC gamers are experiencing. I'm writing this only 2 hours into my playthrough, so hopefully my first impressions don't change as I play more. For my more in-depth thoughts on Arkham Knight, subscribe to the channel and look out for my Arkham Knight review, which should hit the channel soon. In the meantime, follow me on Twitch if you want to see games like Arkham Knight, GTA 5 and The Witcher 3. I'll catch you next time.